Hello again, everybody. I'm Gary Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. Well, the calendar still says summer, and it's still mighty hot most days, but high school football is back with all of its excitement and pageantry. In fact, things got off to a start in a big way with the inaugural Northeast Georgia Fall Classic at North Hall's Brickyard, as the Trojans hosted Flowery Branch as well as Gainesville and Virginia's Jefferson Forest High School, coached by former longtime North Hall boss Bob Christmas, for some preseason football. Now, it was sort of a gimmicked-up scrimmage between the host Trojans and Flowery Branch, with the Branch taking it 26-7 for those keeping score. The nightcap of the doubleheader saw Gainesville beat the Virginians 35-20, in what was a contest which only controlled the kickoffs. And other than that, pretty straight-up football. And it was a pretty good game, too, a football doubleheader. Well, for the Branch, quarterback Nick Lance and running back Jason Johnson looked pretty good, and their defense only gave up the one touchdown to North Hall's Cutter Sanford. Afterwards, I had a chance to visit with the Branch coach, Chris Griffin, and North Hall head man, David Bishop.
All right, Coach, move the ball a little bit in the second half. Just evaluate the game for me.
Well, like I said, I felt like the first half, there was a lot of mistakes. This is the first time we played really against somebody other than ourselves. And second half, we just challenged the kids to come out and play football. And we did. We took a drive down, took 9 minutes off the clock, played old school North Hall football.
And it was a very competitive second half. They got a couple of big plays on you.
It was, and that's one thing we've got to fix. We've got to fix the big plays. They made some plays. We had guys in place to make tackles, and we didn't. So, and we can fix that.
What were you really pleased about tonight?
Well, I'm pleased about some of the stuff that I saw was effort. Coming out here, like you said in the first half, bigger kids, and our kids didn't back down, and that's something that makes me happy as a coach. And then, like I said, offensively, to be able to improve as much as we did, that helps. And
you're going to improve on seeing somebody else against you, right?
Yeah, most definitely. And again, we get another scrimmage next week, so gives us another week to get better, and then we get 2 more weeks off before we play Jefferson.
All right, Chris, if anybody was keeping score, you scored in all 4 quarters, I think, so your offense moved the ball.
We did. I was pleased with the offense. Some mistakes here or there, but definitely some things that we can work on when we get to watch the film, and I think we're heading in the right direction.
I'll ask you the same thing I asked Dave. What's the best thing about what you saw tonight?
Healthy, good competition, good American football, the way it's supposed to be played. Guys, knocking the fool out of each other, helping each other up. That's fun to watch. And
you made the mention of the fact that you were working kind of on the big play, and you got some big plays in the second half, didn't you?
We did. That's been a kind of a point of emphasis in the offseason, is who can make that big play, and we had a couple of guys that did that tonight. So,
what do you think you need to turn it up from this one?
Well, our run defense wasn't good in the third quarter. They took the ball, 80-yard drive there. And
control the clock.
Absolutely. That's not good. Definitely some things, and we called 2 timeouts, I think, in that drive just to try to get them lined up right. But the good thing is we're still 0-0. Season's not here yet, so we can get it fixed, and we'll be ready for the first game.
Now, Flowery Branch will open its season for real August 28th at home with Chestatee, while North Hall has until September the 4th to get ready for a game at Jefferson. As for Gainesville, new quarterback Messiah Dorsey ran the offense pretty well, helped out by Chris Bird on offense and defense, and some great catches by Tay Turner, one of the receivers. Well, the Gainesville coach is Bruce Miller.
First of all, just an evaluation of the ball game tonight.
Well, listen, Gary, it's kind of hard to give an evaluation. We made some big plays. We did some good things. But, as far as a coach, I won't be able to say really anything till I see the film tomorrow morning and evaluate it and break it down and look at different things that we did right, we did wrong. A lot of things look right tonight, but, you look at that film in the morning, you may think, oh, no, we played that bad.
Did you tell these guys this was a preseason exhibition game? I mean,
look, they've been hitting on each other for a month now. They're just ready to hit somebody else, and I thought our guys just did a great job.
I thought your receiving core and both of your quarterbacks looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I thought both Messiah and Hunter did a great job.
And your receivers made some spectacular catches.
Tay Turner made a couple of heck of a catches, and then Josh Banks made that last catch, which was a good catch.
Yeah, and your defense rose to the occasion.
I mean, Chris Bird and our whole defense was a menace all night.
How big a game? How big a a scrimmage was this important to you, based on the fact that now, during the practices, your actual contact time is limited?
Oh, yeah. Well, anytime you do this, anytime you're able to do this, you hope you get something out of it, and we definitely did. We got challenged, and we got a week off before we played Grayson, and Grayson's not going to be any slouch, so we're definitely going to have to be ready to play.
What was the best thing you took away from tonight?
I thought overall, I thought the way our team played hard and made plays time and time again when they were down.
And not an unfamiliar opponent across the field.
No,
you and Chris must go back a long way.
Yeah, we go way back. So just a good job by our kids, and I'm happy. I'm happy for them. But this is just a start.
Now Gainesville will open its season at home for real with Grayson on August the 28th. As for Bob Christmas, he said he's missed us down this way. It's great to see everybody. He brought his team back to a place which held so many memories.
I love these people here, and I got so many memories that flood back anytime I come on this field. And I was also proud to bring my football team here and show them what we were able to accomplish at North Hall and let them play in this great venue.
Well, I thought, let's go to the football game. I thought at times it looked pretty good.
Yeah, we got exactly what we wanted. We've only had 4 days in pads.
Really?
Yeah, and we're a week behind Georgia on when we were able to start practice. So we got another scrimmage next week. So what I wanted to do was get challenged the best we could tonight, and I knew we would with Gainesville.
And Bruce Miller, somebody that you're very familiar with.
And just trying to contain those athletes. I thought our kids really flew to the ball well. I don't think we ever let the quarterback, Dorsey, break any really, really long ones. I mean, he had some, picked up first downs. We rallied around the ball pretty well. I was not pleased with how we came off the football on the offensive side of the ball. And I think we've got the potential to be much, much better than that. So, like I said, the good thing is we've only been in pads for 4 days. We can go back now. We've got film to look at. And next week we can line up and be a better football team.
Now the Cavaliers will open their season August 28th versus Fleming at home. Well, football is not the only fall sport going on. More on that when HCS TV returns.
You've decided it's time to get in shape. Now let Falcon Parkway Fitness in Flowery Branch help you achieve your goal. Open since 2000, Falcon Parkway Fitness features free weights, exercise machines, group fitness classes, as well as personal training in a fun family environment with childcare, lockers, showers, and 24-hour access. Come by for a free consultation with a certified personal trainer. And just next door, check out Optimum Body Care Day Spa with massage, facials, and waxing, or K. Michael's Salon for hair and nail care. Falcon Parkway Fitness is your hometown family gym, located in Flowery Branch, right behind the public shopping center.
We're back. I'm Gary Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. Well, the North Hall girls softball team won its bracket in the season-opening Lanier Point tournament, grabbing wins over East Hall, Gainesville, and Johns Creek on the last day of play. North Hall went to 4-0 to start the year as Kendall Chase no-hit East Hall and picked up the victory in a 7-1 win over Johns Creek. Carson McCormick led the offense, going 2 for 3 with a double, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base in the win over East Hall, and was a big part of the Lady Trojan offense the rest of the day. Charlie Shepard pitched a 2-hit shutout and struck out 8 batters as North Hall defeated Gainesville 13-0. Shepard helped her own cause by going 2 for 3 at the plate with a double and 3 RBI. Well, one of the new faces on the softball field is a familiar one on the baseball diamond. Gainesville assistant baseball coach David Hawkins, who also assisted at Flowery Branch and was a head coach for the Johnson baseball program, took over the Gainesville softball program this season after Roger Parham, who led the Lady Red Elephants to their first winning season ever in fast-pitch softball, opted to stay closer to his home in Gwinnett County, and he took a position at Brookwood. Well, I dropped by Gainesville High School to talk with Hawkins about a different sort of diamond than what he had been used to in recent days.
All right, David, tell me, why, after all those years of baseball, softball?
Well, it's real similar to baseball in certain areas, but probably more so the challenge. Roger and I were good friends, so it's not like it's completely new to me. I've watched them the last 2 years that I've been here. I've watched pretty much every game that they play. And the challenge of trying to build a program so the girls will have something that they can look back on. And again, like I say, it's not that different from baseball. There are a few things, but I just look forward to the challenge.
Yeah,
got a couple of different rules and changes in the way they pitch and that kind of thing, but how are they? I guess obviously you got a bat and ball and you're hitting things, so it's very, very similar in a lot of ways too.
Right, it is real similar. You know, offensively, it's a little bit different. You rely on a lot of base running. But this game is dominated, and I thought baseball was dominated by pitching at the high school level. Softball is dominated by pitching at the high school level. More than any sport that I've seen. You know, if you put someone in the circle and they dominate the game, not only the games go quickly, but you know, 1 or 2 runs is the difference of the ball game when you're talking about softball.
And the other thing is that it's so much easier on their arm. Sometimes in a doubleheader, the person that gets the win in the first game gets to save in the second or something crazy like that.
Right, yeah, it's amazing how much different it is on the pitching. You know, it's more of a conditioning thing. As far as their arm goes, they're usually fine to throw 2 or 3 games a day if they need to be, as long as their bodies are conditioned. Very unlike baseball where you can throw once every 4 or 5 days. You know, our pitcher that we throw out there, she pretty much pitches all of our games unless, you know, it's a conditioning situation or she's hurt or something like that.
How has it gone for you so far? I mean, that was the first winning season I think they'd ever had last year, right?
Yeah, I think last year was the first winning season that games with fast pitches had.
Okay, right.
Once it went to fast pitch, I think that was the first winning season. You know, Roger started something that was really good here. The involvement level. My goal coming in was to build from the ground up. Obviously, one winning season doesn't show that the program was completely turned. But my goal was to build from the ground up. So I've went into the middle schools. We've put together a middle school program. We've also got a JV to varsity. I think maybe the first year in a long time that we've actually had 3 programs or 3 teams here at the high school. And we got off to a slow start, which we kind of thought we would. We entered the mid-point tournament and played some really good competition to start the year in hopes that it would help us come region time. We're sitting at 2-6 right now, 2-2 over our last 4 games. So girls are getting better, but it's a whole new group of girls. There's only 3 girls on this team that have any varsity experience that even played on the team from last year.
Wow.
So it's a completely new group of girls that we're learning, building, and you know, hopefully we can upset some people in the region.
You mentioned the similarities. How is it different coaching girls versus boys?
Well,
or is there any difference?
There's really no different other than the fact that they're all kids. And if you show that you care about them, if you show that you're there to help them, you know, and gain that respect, you know, you can coach anybody as long as they know that you care about them and respect them. You know, at home I have obviously two daughters, so I deal with girls on a daily basis, but you know, being on the field, you know, I haven't noticed any major differences in the girls and the guys other than the fact that you just have to look that you care about them, win, lose, or draw, and just keep working and make it better on the field.
Who's been the team leader for you so far? Leaders?
We've got a pretty good group of seniors that came back. 3 that had some playing time. Kayla Montague, who's the center fielder, she's been in the program ever since I've been here, and has actually been an impact player ever since I've been watching them. And then you've got Courtney Fresnell, who has come on as a senior last year. As a junior, she played some good innings and minutes, and then this year, you know, she's taken the lead and is one of our role players. Someone else that has been a huge key that just kind of got thrown in the fire this year is Aaliyah Goss. She's only a sophomore, but she pretty much pitches every game that we have. Look, as we came into the season, you know, we were hoping that we didn't have to throw her in the fire because we had some other girls that could possibly pick. It didn't work out, so she's actually taken, you know, the lead in the circle, and she's throwing just about every single game and inning that we have out there.
Goals for this season, David, as the first year head coach here, I should say.
Right, and I'm very careful with goal setting, and the girls and I talk about this on a daily basis. We have 2 things that we try to do every day. We try to have a good attitude, and we try to play with extreme effort. And I tell them that if you show up every single day with a good attitude, and you play with extreme effort, then wins and losses are going to take care of themselves.
Now, last year, the team, there's 10 teams in the region now. You have to finish top 8 in order to get into that region tournament. And last year was, I think, maybe the first year that they've gotten into that region tournament. They had a little play-in game. I think Flower Branch beat them in the play-in game. But our goal is to find a way to get into that region tournament. When you play any team, one game on any given day, you have a chance of moving on. And our goal is to continue to get better each day that we're on the field and be very competitive, but with the effort and attitude that it takes to build a program for the long term, not just for one season.
Now, one thing Hawkins says he's had to get used to is the amount of games they try to cram into the season. In baseball, you play a max of like 3 games a week or so, but in softball, you may play as many as 6 to 7 times in 1 week. Wow. Now, let's go back to that other diamond, the baseball diamond. Well, we were once again invited to the North Hall baseball banquet, and we're happy to go for some fellowship and the marvelous pasta meal they served up at the Chattahoochee Country Club. The Trojans gave out the invitation for our coverage of them on WGTJ Glory 1330 AM radio, where I did play-by-play. Plus, of course, we gave them lots of airtime on this TV show, too. Now, North Hall fooled some folks this past campaign when they had the second-best baseball season in the history of school. In the history of that school with a 21-10 record and a run to the Elite Eight. After the banquet, I had a chance to speak with the Trojans' 10-year veteran coach, Trent Mongero.
Trent, 21-10, trip to the Elite Eight, second most successful season in school history, sending more people on to play at the next level. You've had some time to think about it. Now, what's going to stand out in this season for you as the coach?
Really just the guys achieving more than anybody thought they could. You know, some years you go into seasons and you feel like you have a legitimate shot, based on things. And, the assessment going into this year, most people would have said we would have had a tough time, even making the playoffs. Certainly not going to the Elite Eight. And so when you get on those runs and you have a bunch of guys, the electricity, the energy, the coming together, that's what I'm going to remember the most, the camaraderie.
Did you overachieve or just play to your potential?
No, I really felt like we overachieved to a degree. We had more depth on the mound. We really didn't have what I would consider, or most people would consider, like true dominance. As good as Corbin is and was, he's still, not a guy that's going to go out and strike out 10 a game. You're going to have to make plays, and he counted on his defense to do just that. That's what makes him so special. But, then you go down the line in our rotation after that, it's similar. You've got all guys that are going to put the ball in, across the plate and let defense play. So when you have, at the high school level, when you're asking people to do that night in and night out, and you get through the Elite Eight, I would say you probably overachieved a little bit. But, still a great bunch of guys, great team. One of the best memories I have as a coach.
And Coach of the Year, Region Coach of the Year, that was pretty cool.
Well, that's a tribute to your team and your assistant coaches, really. Buford, winning a state championship, to me, I voted for Tony. But it's an honor to be recognized, and I appreciate that. But really a team award.
Well, you got rid of this bunch of seniors. I don't know if that's the way to put it or not, but they go on and do whatever they're going to do.
Right.
So, Coach, what you got coming back?
Yeah, biggest senior class we've had since my first year here at North Hall. We have a very good young bunch. Definitely a rebuilding year next year, but a talented bunch of kids. We're going to try to grow them up quick through our fall workouts, and hopefully throughout the course of the season you'll see us get better and better and better next year, and hopefully make a run again.
Well, people have kind of, as you said, maybe not put you down, but maybe not raised you to the heights that you had been expected to be in, or had achieved during the state championship, when you played for the state championship. But hey, here we are again. Who knows, huh?
You never know. You never know. As I mentioned in the banquet tonight, it's 2 separate seasons. You want to get through the regular season, give yourself a chance to get into the playoffs. Obviously, it helps to be 1 or 2 to be at home, but you want to get in there, and then you never know what's going to happen. You get hot, make a run. You just never know where you're going to end up. So, great year.
All right, good luck, Coach, for the Trojans.
Thank you, Gary.
By the way, pitcher Corbin Llewellyn picked up the team's Cy Young and the MVP awards. One more baseball note before we leave. Access WDUN reports that Gainesville High Rising senior Jonathan Geddes was one of about a dozen Georgia players who was selected for the 8th annual 2015 Under Armour All-America baseball game. That was played at Wrigley Field in Chicago, and that's pretty cool. Back to wrap it up in just a moment.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
We're back. I'm Gary Glenn. This is Hall County Sports. Well, congratulations to Johnson High senior Will Crane, who struck gold in the 500-meter kayak at the 2015 Special Olympic World Games in Los Angeles. Crane finished the course at the time of 4:02. That's more than 10 seconds faster than runner-up Matthew Hernandez of Texas. Will, by the way, also took silver in the 200-meter race. He trains at the Lake Lanier Olympic venue off Clarks Bridge Road in Gainesville. Meanwhile, the Times reports that the Army Corps of Engineers announced it's looking at the Collegiate Championship Rowing Regatta on Lake Lanier at that Olympic venue to see if it should continue to even issue a permit for the event. Well, it's one of 15 events that the venue can host annually per an agreement with the Corps. That event estimated to have an economic impact on the area of over $1.5 million. The consideration apparently is just that, consideration. It does not necessarily mean denial or approval. Another coach with local ties heads into the Georgia chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. David Hardis, who coached at Johnson and North Hall, will be officially inducted May the 1st of next year. Hardis founded the Hall County Wrestling Championships in 1980, and while at Johnson, he served as a mentor to Doug Thurman, who went on to ultra success in many, many state championships at Jefferson, and Thurman himself elected to the Hall of Fame back in 2007. Congratulations to a couple of our local track and field athletes, state champs Harper Seymour of North Hall and Hunter Ballard of Gainesville. They were the Times Girls and Boys Area Track and Field Athletes of the Year for this past school year. Now, Harper, who repeated as a state discus champ, told me she thinks she's just going to do intramural stuff as a student at the University of Georgia. Hunter won the state 5A pole vault as a sophomore, so if he stays okay, he's got 2 more years. And he won a regional title in the USA T&F circuit this summer in the pole vault as well. Well, a change of mind for former Flowery Branch pitcher Jonathan Hughes. He was drafted in the 2nd round, number 68 overall of the recent Major League Baseball draft by the Baltimore Orioles organization. Well, that's pretty high. But instead of signing a pro deal, Hughes now says he'll go on and honor a commitment to play college baseball with Georgia Tech. He reportedly throws his fastball in the 90s. He struck out 69 and walked just 4 during his senior season with the Falcons. Per the rules, he will be eligible to be drafted again by the major leagues in 2018. Well, a couple of Gainesville's top young golfers took Atlanta junior golf titles not long ago at Chateau Elan. Gainesville High School sophomore Ryan Hogan won the AJGA Grand Championship, and Gainesville middle schooler 7th grader Sam Patterson won the 9-hole championship. Hogan won by 1 stroke over Mitchell Taylor of Swanee, winning out over a field of 31. Patterson took the 12 and under division 9-hole title by 4 shots over Jalen Cawley of Lawrenceville. Meanwhile, Johnson graduate Kristen Waters has signed on to continue her golf career at Truett McConnell College just up the road in Cleveland. Congratulations to Gainesville 12-year-old Anna Mitchell Ralston. The Times notes she's been crowned the preteen intermediate pageant winner at the 2015 America's Youth on Parade USA World Twirling Championships. The Twirling Championships. Her coach, Colleen Murphy, says that means Anna is the best baton twirler in her age group in the nation. Well, Emily House has made her mark in the world of kayaking, but now she's excelling at another sport, one near and dear to me. Turns out Emily's really strong and recently took a powerlifting championship. She lifted in the 72-kilogram, or about 159-pound weight class novice division of the Powerlifting for Pups meet in Atlanta. She squatted 275, benched 210, and deadlifted 391 to total 876 pounds and earn a spot in the U.S. Powerlifting National Meet in October, that to be held in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Bernal has moved to replace Blair Bachman as swim coach. You may remember that I told you she took a job as an assistant at Dartmouth after leading the Golden Tigers to national prominence in the NAIA division, but Dartmouth is a Division I NCAA school. Well, in any event, the new person in charge of the Golden Tigers is Nathan Rhodes, one of the top-ranked swim coaches in the country. He grew up in Phoenix and has coached folks who qualified for national titles and made the Olympic trials. He's been an assistant at Gardner-Webb the last 3 years or so. And finally, more reorganization coming to the Georgia High School Association, including a class for the biggest schools in Georgia and a proposal to move schools AA through 5A who get 3% or more of their enrollment from out-of-county students into the next higher classification. Access WDUN notes that Class A schools are excluded because of the public-private split which is already in play in that particular classification. And schools in Class 6A won't be forced into the Big 44, this new division. All of this, in the words of that old guy from Laugh In, very interesting. That's our show for now. Join us next time right here for more Hall County Sports. I'm Gary Glenn.
Sports is also brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals, and remember, when you go Green Ford. By Turner Wood and Smith, serving the insurance needs of our area for over 100 years. And by McKever Road United Methodist Church on McKever Road in Oakwood. Loving Christ, loving people, and helping people love Christ.